Hi, welcome back. How to Chris here. So today I'm going to show you how to save your seeds for the following season. So I'm going to harvest these seeds from some tomatoes. You can do it with all your vegetables, and I'm going to demonstrate how I do that with tomatoes using a colander and the help of a plastic bottle. To the small one, we're going to make a funnel from that and just use a larger bottle. And so you're going to harvest your seeds for next year. So what I do is the ones that are good, like I'm happy with the size, but they have some damage, or maybe I didn't pick them on time, so they have to be ripe, and these were on the vine a little too long, so I'm going to save the seeds from this for next year so nothing goes to waste. So I'm just going to show you how to simply do that. I know there's a lot of different ways you can do it, but this I find to be very simple, and this is how I do it, and it works really well, and it's simple. So you just need a colander and a small bottle so you can make a funnel. You're just going to need the funnel and then a larger bottle. So first thing I do is let's get some water in this bottle. Maybe about halfway, or less than that is fine. Quarter to half is fine. And then we're going to have, this is going to be our funnel from another bottle. And basically you're just going to take the tomato, and what I do is I just squeeze it into the colander. Oops. Get the seeds out, and then just discard the other part. So get the seeds out. And there's tons of seeds in here, so this part I'm going to just throw away here for now. We dropped a few, so I'm going to just get them in there. So we got, make sure that's in the frame. So that's some seeds from one tomato, and I'll demonstrate it twice. So what you got to do is next, you can just turn on your faucet and you can spray it with a sprayer, which is fine, like that. And you can just, from there, just drop it on a paper towel, let them dry, and when they're fully dry, they're good to go. But what I like to do is get them into this larger bottle so I can shake it really well and get rid of all the slimy part of the seed, outer coating of the seed. So what I can do is just get this into another container. Preferably a little bit larger one. And just get these in there by just turning the water on and just spraying it upside down until they drop in. So now this is clean, and they're in this larger container, the dish bowl. So then from here, just gonna get it into this. This is the whole point of this video, is just to get it into this bottle. So we got one more hanging around in here, so get that one in there. Then put the top on. And just shake it up, and you'll see how everything is kind of separating. You can let it sit for a bit and then just pour off the stuff that's floating on the top. Usually the ones that are bad will float on the top, but this separates it really well. And then the next step is just pour it back in the colander. Kind of separate it a little bit with your finger, make sure it's good. And it's fine to hit it with this one more time. You'll find with different vegetables, seeds, the bottle, a plastic bottle, will help a lot in separating everything. But so that's how we do that. I'm going to just show you how I get this onto a paper towel. So we can put on the same paper towel because they're going to be the same tomato seeds. So that's it there on the paper towel. And I just spread them out to aid in drying. Make sure they dry 100%. This way when you store them, they don't get moldy. The more you spread them out, the further apart they are, the faster they'll dry. Okay, so that's one. Now let's do the other, one more tomato. Get this separated. That looks pretty good. Separate it further. Get some of the big chunks out of here. And again, this will work with all your vegetables. So what I do is I let it stay on the vine, and then I'll, well, not necessarily intentionally, but usually it just happens because I'll forget to pick it or something like that. But even the ones that fall on the ground, as long as they're not really rotted or anything, you can definitely use those seeds. But they have to be ripe, has to be fully mature, otherwise the seeds aren't going to be viable. So you got to make sure you use a fully ripened fruit or vegetable. See, there's a little bit of flesh around in here, so let's get those big pieces out of here. Okay, so that's pretty good. And now I'm just going to get it into the bottle so I can really shake it and get it separated. So just flipping this upside down and get these in there. Okay. So that's good. It actually has got a lot of the flesh kind of floating around in there. So you can do that a few times. Just use a colander, but I want to show you how this plastic bottle works for it. Because it contains everything and it keeps it from making a mess. A little more water in here. Nothing fancy, but it works really well. Top on. Let's have a look. Oh yeah. Everything's separated in there. And if I let it sit like this, stuff will float on top and the heavier stuff will sink on the bottom, so that'll help in separating it. But I'm just going to go ahead and quickly just pour it in here. And see how we did. Okay, now that helped to break up all the slimy part of the coating of the seed, which helps to, what that does is keeps the seed from germinating, so we have to actually get rid of that. So now I can just come in here and I can even fill this like this. Leave it in the colander in a bowl and just let it kind of separate here. You can see the bigger pieces are on the surface here. Just take the bottle cap, get the start separating it. You can see I'm just separating the big flesh type pieces here from the seeds. Now, even if there is a little bit of that other stuff mixed in with the seeds, it's not going to hurt anything because it's all going to dry out. So now next step is just hit it with the sprayer. And kind of blast the soft flesh through the colander, and then just the seeds will remain. But by shaking it in the bottle, aided in separating, getting it separated. So now we'll just get it on here. Separate them out. Okay. So this here is the finished product, and what I'm going to do is let it dry out 100%. You can put a fan near it, or just it'll naturally dry out. Keep it in this like a windowsill or something, or even bring it outside. And if you did have it outside, you just got to put another screen over it so the seeds don't blow away, like a window screen or something will be fine. But as long as it dries out, you can use these again for next year. So I hope this video helped you and kind of encourages you to save your own seeds. So now I don't have to go out and buy seeds next year. I was happy with the tomatoes this year, my harvest, not only tomatoes but with everything. And so I save the seeds, and then I'm good to go for next year without spending any time to go to the store or money. and this way I know what I have, the variety that I'm happy with already. So hope that helped. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and look forward to sharing more videos. Take care. So one more thing you might want to do, and you could just leave it on your paper towel, it'll dry fine, but if you can get it up on a rack like this, that'll definitely help you get these seeds to dry faster, which ultimately is what we want. We want them to dry so we can get them stored away for next season. So I recommend having a rack, but if you don't have, like a wire rack, you can use the rack from your kitchen, from your oven, which would be fine, an oven rack, or anything that's going to provide a little bit of space so that you can get some more circulation happening. So you can use, your oven rack, or you can just use, like one of these wire racks, and that's going to definitely speed up the process. So you don't need it, but it helps. Okay,